guys. Welcome back to another episode of Zero Notifications Podcast. I'm your host, ZombiUnicorn, and my co-host...
I'm IanMMori. Hello.
Hi, and today we're actually going to do a shorter episode focused completely solely on TwitchCon 2019 in San Diego. It just happened last weekend. We were going to actually do a podcast in person when Ian was still in LA, but I was having technical issues. Also, on top of that, I have been really sick. I got the con crud, the con flu.
I didn't. I'm fine.
Yeah, well, and I also hate you.
Fine.
I've also, well, I don't know. It happens. I've gone so many conventions without getting sick, but I guess I kissed too many frogs this time trying to look for a prince. And how many times have I told that joke now?
14.
Oh,
I'm counting. That's 15 now.
15?
Okay.
Oh, okay. One of the frogs said to me that I needed to stop kissing so many ugly frogs. And I was like, oh, one of them was pretty cute. Just to make him feel better. No, it's a joke. No, everybody often gets sick because you meet so many people at these conventions. Any convention, doesn't have to be TwitchCon.
Yeah.
You meet so many people,
hands.
you shake hands.
Hugging.
You hug. Yeah, there's so many things. There's partying every night. There's like lowered immune systems from drinking alcohol and partying and woo.
I used your toothbrush.
No, you didn't.
I did not.
You
I'm just
did
kidding.
not.
I'm
joking.
I'm
literally
just kidding.
Fart
Not
on your
really.
pillow. God damn it.
Right. Yeah, you did.
No. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So for those of you who don't know what TwitchCon is, if you're by chance listening, you come across this podcast. By the way, if you've come across this podcast, a little bit about me. I'm Natalie Casanova, ZombiUnicorn. I've been streaming on Twitch for 7.5 years, partnered for almost 6. I'm a full-time streamer and content creator and a voice actress and host. And I have a background in journalism. And Ian is...
I am IanMMori. I have been streaming on Twitch for 6 years, and I'm not a partner. I am just an affiliate, but, you know, one day.
Okay.
It'll definitely
One
happen.
day.
I'm working on a book right now. Hopefully that'll get done by the end of the year. And I'm also a classically trained craft cocktail bartender.
There you go. And we
So if you ever need a
do this
drink,
podcast. Yeah, you want a drink? I want a drink right now. I can't.
Okay,
I'm
I'll
sick
give you a
though.
drink. Yeah, all right. Whiskey.
This is our podcast where we just talk about the internet and news and fun stuff and fun artists and people that we like and new content that we like and just like, everything, the whole lifestyle of the internet. And we bring it to you in our little corner of the internet and want to hear our commentary on it. So, yeah, this episode's about TwitchCon, and that is the live streaming website, Twitch, which is mainly focused on gaming, but there are so many other categories, and there's been so many other categories, such as music and food and all kinds of stuff for many, many years. But it's mainly Twitch, and this convention, this is the 5th year that they've done it.
And you've been to all of them, right?
I've been to all of them. They started in San Francisco. I think I lived in San Francisco at the time. Yeah, because it's been 5 years, and I've just lived here in LA for 5 years. So the first one was in San Francisco. Wait, maybe I just moved. I don't know. Didn't matter. Then the second one was in San Diego at the convention center for Comic-Con, same one. And then they moved it to Long Beach, which I think was the worst one, to be fair. Yeah, I didn't care for that one too much. And I live in LA, but I was like, Long Beach Convention Center. I don't know about this. Anyway, and then they moved it to San Jose, and I liked it. I think there was a lot of they did not anticipate how many people were going to come, and it was hard, like the lines. There was a lot of lines. And then they moved it back to San Diego because San Diego was like notoriously like the best one that people had liked so much. And I think this year was the best one. If they moved it back to San Diego, it was really, really good. There wasn't oh my God, there was never a line. I mean, if there was, it moved really fast. Everything was really well handled. I mean, I didn't have to wait in any lines at all. Wow. No, I didn't mean it like that. I mean, I did have help though. I did have help. We're going to talk about a little bit of, what we did at the convention and our experience. And then we're going to talk about just the convention in general and how it went. And then also we're going to take some questions from you guys that have been listening. We got some questions on Twitter. Might pull some from the live chat here on Twitch because we're streaming this live on Twitch.
Hello.
And then, we'll talk about all the good stuff. So the reason, just going into it, the reason I didn't have to wait in any lines is because this year I actually had a security detail. Some people may not have noticed, and some people may have. She was just like in plain clothes, and she was actually really awesome. Her name was Candace.
Was chill as hell.
I was like super grateful.
Awesome.
Yeah, I had unfortunately some not so nice threats made to me earlier this year by a few people, and so Twitch was like really proactive about that and wanted to offer me security to make sure I was safe. Because I've had people like one other time at a different convention recently come up and basically, kind of harass me, antagonize me and stuff. So they didn't want that to happen. Or, anything worse, like violent, of course. So, yeah, so I had that going on, and I didn't feel like there was going to be a problem, but like, I was like, I'd rather be safe than sorry, and I'll take it, sure. And she was so cool and nice, and like, it was great. Everything went smoothly, but because I was also with her, like, we were able to just like sneak around and go everywhere that everybody else couldn't. It
made traveling through the con a lot easier.
Yeah.
There was maybe like a few times I wasn't with Natalie, and I would be in a line, or I would be completely lost, or I'd try to go through a way that I thought was the entrance, and it wasn't the entrance, because that's the way we went through when we were all together. So it did help with a lot of like streamlining and convenience and stuff like that. So it was good. It was good for that. So
yeah, and while I didn't actually deal with any harassment at the con, I heard that other people did. So I was really grateful that, I was very lucky not to have to deal with it, I guess. But yeah, that wasn't even, this whole TwitchCon weekend starts before TwitchCon. We get in there because I'm in LA and it's down in San Diego. I just take the train. Ian flew in from Florida, from Orlando to LA actually. And we took the train together, and TwitchCon, notoriously, there is like this whole thing of like somebody always gets proposed to,
there's always drama.
There's always drama. There was a couple proposals we saw this year, right? Just on Twitter.
Yeah, there were a couple proposals. I was looking through Twitter because we were looking for shots for the podcast. And like if you watch us on YouTube, you'll be able
how
to see
many
it, so.
can we fit in this podcast today?
I'm working on it.
I'm sorry.
Okay?
I just
It's
noticed we were
1:30
both
in the
doing it really
morning.
bad, especially you though.
There's one. Count it. But fuck. now you got it in my head.
All right. Anyways, moving on. There was some proposals. It's like a common thing that happens. For the past couple, I want to say almost 2 years, or maybe it's been just a year, there was a couple of streamers that are engaged that have been trying to have their wedding like right before or during TwitchCon. That way a bunch of their streamer friends from out of town could all go, and there wouldn't be an extra trip and cost money, and all that stuff. So Thursday afternoon, Alaskan Savage and Lady Sensei got married at the San Diego Zoo. I brought Ian because he wasn't doing anything anyway. And I went, they live streamed the whole thing, and it was really cute. It was really sweet.
It was really beautiful. It was
a good time. It rained a little bit, but but it's such a cute little TwitchCon tradition of like either proposals or now weddings. Like the community, it's a community event. Like I really love that about TwitchCon. If you've never been and you like to watch Twitch, or you have some friends that stream, or like you like some streamers, definitely try to make it out there, because TwitchCon is just such a great community event. Like,
was this the first wedding you think?
I think it was the first TwitchCon wedding. Yeah, I think so.
All right.
I think they get to hold that title.
Achievement got. Nice job, guys. Well done. It was a beautiful wedding. It really was.
I mean, it was great. And then I would have stayed longer, but the parties start Thursday night. We had the Discord party. There was also the 100 Thieves party that night, but the Discord party is always like really fun, and I'd rather go to that one where I'd see a bunch of friends and stuff that I already know. I'm actually wearing, they always give out, like, they do a theme for the party. Last year it was like outer space. And
what did they give out for that one?
I don't remember. Probably some junk swag or something. I don't remember. It wasn't as cool as this though. This time they gave out a shirt. It was a cool shirt, but it was a t-shirt.
It wasn't a space shirt. It wouldn't like a reflecty, like I look like an Australian. I look like an astronaut.
Yeah, no, it does. It has a little astronaut helmet on it. But this year they gave out these little Hawaiian shirts, button-ups. And I'm wearing it right now on the podcast. It's got a little wumpus hiding I just thought that was super cute. And then they had like lays everywhere and it was all like island themed and stuff.
I didn't get one.
Yeah, you should have. You just didn't feel like waiting.
Though.
Yeah, you didn't feel like waiting in line.
There was a bit of a line.
It wasn't that long. It was fine. I stood in it and it was fine. I stood in one line at TwitchCon and it was to get a t-shirt at the party. There you go.
That was the one line.
It was the one line. Yeah.
Yeah. The Discord party was on Thursday. The partner party was on Thursday, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I didn't make it out to that because of the wedding. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but there was
problems with the beer, right?
Yeah. So this is really kind of rough because another problem that happens at TwitchCon and other conventions, not just TwitchCon, but a lot of times it happens at TwitchCon, is people will get drugged at parties, whether it's Twitch related or not. And I don't think this whole weekend of TwitchCon that anybody got drugged at a Twitch official party. It was like some third party. Wow, that's third party. Yeah, no, but it's just definitely like a problem. And I think, and here's my 2 cents on it, I think that a lot of the people who go to TwitchCon don't maybe necessarily have a lot of experience going out to clubs and stuff. Yeah. At least often enough to know the signs and like ways to prevent yourself from getting drugged. I've actually never been drugged, roofied in my entire life.
Neither have I. No, it's. And
I think it's because I've also bartended and cocktailed for a long time, and I've always like known never like get a drink from a stranger. One, never get a drink when you haven't seen where it was been. You know,
watch them make it if you
watch them make it. If you get a drink, don't let it leave your hands. I mean, I get short drinks and then I drink them fast, so I don't usually have to worry too much. But if I'm holding on to it for a while, I don't ever set it down. And if you are holding it in a crowd or something where maybe your eyes aren't on the drink at all times, always put your hand over the cup.
I always
grab it like a weirdo. It's a weird way to hold it, but do it because it prevents people from putting stuff in there.
Yeah, I look dumb when I'm holding my like glass of like neat whiskey because that's all I drink is neat whiskey when I go out. But I look like this. I'm holding a glass close to my chest, and I'm always like this. And it's like it's the same thing with like military. They eat apples with a knife because it could be a grenade. That's what they're trained to do. And so it's like
I did not know that, but I knew that they ate apples with a knife.
Yeah, and so it's like I've always been taught. It's like when I was at the when I was being a bartender and they would tell me that's not how you hold your glass. I always questioned it. I didn't really understand. And they said, just hold it like this all the time. And I go, okay, that's fine. And they all hold it like that. All bartenders hold their glasses like this. I didn't know it was for any particular reason, but after this weekend, now I'm seeing, that's the reason. So
3 people that I know of, I think there was more possibly that got drugged. One of them said it was at the Discord party. And they were serving drinks from a bar, so she must have gotten it drugged at some point, not looking at her drink. But there was an instance at the Twitch partner party, which was earlier at on Thursday, where they were serving beers, but they didn't serve them. They just basically put out a bunch of beers on a table, like a bunch of cups of beer on a table already poured, because whatever catering company or whatever did this, it's kind of just lazy, to be honest.
Yeah,
it's disgusting. Not only lazy, it's disgusting. But Twitch had nothing to do with that. But here's the thing. Everybody, I mean, I wasn't there, but everybody there, I don't know who, because I didn't get to go, but whoever, tweeted about it and made a big fuss, like I'm sure a bunch of people, apparently did not go up to Twitch staff at the party and alert them of the issue. They went straight to Twitter to talk shit. For less, lack of a better word.
Social media.
If I was there at the party, if I was there at the party,
you have to say something, right?
Say something immediately. Like, don't just go. Not it's not. They didn't do anything wrong, but like, do something about it. Don't just tweet about it. Like, actually go up to somebody and say, "Hey, this is pretty weird and not cool. Like, we probably this is not safe. Somebody could slip some roofies in any of these drinks." But nobody got drugged at that party anyways. But still, pretty weird, pretty dangerous, to have all those cups out there. I don't think, I think that Twitch, found out about that and they were like, what?
Yeah,
they were like, what?
They were pretty upset about it from what I understood.
Yeah,
too.
I don't think they would have ever approved that by far. You know, somebody got lazy along the way, as far as like catering company or whatever. Anyway, really the other party that I heard that somebody got drugged at, 2 people, it was completely unrelated to Twitch, but it was going on at the same time. I actually stopped by that party and it was real sus looking. It was like really suspicious. It was like a masquerade. And we walked suspicious. in. Yeah, we walked in. It was at the same place the Twitch Sings party was at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, but it was a different night. So we walked in. It was real weird, and we walked out. Like, I was like, no.
Yeah. No, somewhere where you can't see people's faces. That's like, don't do that.
Well, no, not everybody was wearing masks or anything like that, but it was just weird. And then actually that same day, about like it's at the Hard Rock. That was at the bar at the bottom, and then at the top of the Hard Rock is another bar, and there's other parties there usually for TwitchCon. And that night there was another party, but it wasn't related to TwitchCon. We were trying to get into that one because we thought it was a TwitchCon party. And they let me use the restroom while we're waiting at the door for like whatever. And in the bathroom, these girls are like literally talking about butt chugging ecstasy and stuff like that. Like literally like they're about to do it in the bathroom. And I was like, I don't think this is the vibe we're going for tonight.
Yeah, that's not the right vibe. Yeah.
This is not the right vibe tonight. I think we're going to leave.
To my convention, are you?
Yeah, I was like, you guys aren't even nerds, are you?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Where did you find that? Yeah, no, you're not from Twitch.
Butt chugging. Maybe not the word, but plugging. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, so yeah, be careful at the parties. If you ever decide to go to one of these parties, definitely be careful because apparently roofing is a problem, unfortunately. That's what, see, it's that kind of industry where like we still have all these incels who don't know how to like pick up women, so they bring roofies to conventions. They don't know how to treat women, so they come roofie them. This is why we can't have overtly sexual things on the floor, like booty twerking, and I don't know. Anyway, we're getting off topic here. We're getting so off topic here. Ian, save me, help me, stop me.
So Friday, we started the con instead.
A little hungover.
We got our, our badges, and mine was a pretty blue color, and hers was a pretty purple color.
I had puppies.
You what?
I brought my puppies. Yeah, I brought my dogs up. They're ESA certified, and so they got to walk around with us.
Yeah, they super cute. Everyone loved seeing Rufio and Ravi.
Yeah, they're the best.
Yeah, they are the best.
Yeah,
they're
Friday
my favorite dogs now.
Okay, good, nice.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, we walked around. I actually got to stream Steel Circus, which is a new game. I think it's out. Like you can play it now. Actually, I have a bunch of skins for that game they gave me. It's a pretty cool game. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like a 3-person. It's 3v3, little kind of like soccer type game, but like you have abilities and stuff.
Isn't it strategy based as well too, from what I saw?
Not really. It's abilities. You have abilities.
Okay.
It's kind of like Rocket League, but with like
abilities
like superpowers and stuff.
I'll try it. I'll do it.
I'll do it.
I like that.
I'll try it once. Yeah.
Just once.
No, that was super fun. Hung out there for a little bit. Got to walk around the convention. What did you get to see anything Friday that you didn't see the rest of the weekend? That was pretty cool.
Not especially, because like the entire weekend was just more or less so a blur of amazing things that happened. A lot of meeting people, a lot of running into people.
Yeah, so the main thing of the convention is to meet people and hang out. I feel like it's not even really about the games at this point.
Yeah, it's more or less so just uniting with those that you've met on this platform. I think that's what it is that we've made so many friends on Twitch that it was just nice to actually get to meet a lot of you. So that was like the best part of the entire convention, was to actually meet friends. And so it was a great time to connect with people, not just on the internet. We're not just talking to a screen. We're actually talking to you guys in person. And we could do stuff. We can go out drinking. We can go out and have fun. We can go to the zoo. We can, do a whole bunch of stuff together. So San Diego, whatever there's available in San Diego, ride a pedicab together, is there a casino?
Yeah. And one of the other things, there's a lot of, so TwitchCon is essentially a giant networking convention. And every night, not every night, but a lot of nights, companies will take out, influencers and streamers and whatever to go to like business dinners. And so a couple of the nights I got to do dinner with Abrams Artist Agency, which is my agency, and some other companies and stuff, but like some of the other talent that I had never met before that they also represent. Some people that I did know, like also under my agencies, like Brittany Johnson, Lauren Z-Side, I think. And I've known her for years, and I finally got to meet her. That's like the beauty about this is this people you've known forever. Awesome. Sometimes you never get to meet, but you finally do. And then I met Harris
Heller.
Yeah, you met him too. You went to one of the dinners, Ian.
Yeah, I went to one of the dinners. That was really cool. He makes YouTube videos specifically to help smaller streamers out grow their channel. He also came from other social media like Vine, where he made music on it, and he's coming back to music as well too on YouTube as well as on Twitch. He's on Twitch a lot. So
yeah, I hadn't heard of him before, but you were a somewhat of a fan. Right.
I knew he was. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I watched his videos.
And then mainly Fortnite streamer. It's Fearless, right? Yeah. Am I saying that right? Fear itself. No. Yeah. I messed it up. Many times over the weekend because we had dinner. We had dinner a couple times, and Ian didn't go to the other one, but no, it was like and then Ewok, the professional Fortnite young girl. I think she's like what? She's like a teenager. She's also deaf, and she's like really, really good. And she's so sweet and fun. So like we had this like little Abrams group dinner every night or a couple of the nights. It was a fun time.
You guys didn't get to take a group picture.
I didn't take the group picture because they forgot to do it again.
But your agent said that they were going to retake one.
Yeah, they never did.
Oh, yeah. We all just started leaving, and oh man, oh well.
Yeah, that's okay.
But the tacos were good.
I had the something else, the one vegan option they had.
Wasn't it like a burrito? No, you had a taco.
No, I had tacos. Yeah. Anyway, that night on Friday night, there was also the Twitch Sings party. So Twitch Sings is like a karaoke game that Twitch made. It's free to play, right?
It is free to play. Anybody can play it.
How do you make money off of that game? How do they even do that? What? I've like been thinking about it. There's not things that you can buy. You can't purchase anything. It's all related to Twitch.
Yeah. So it's like that particular game, like everything's licensured out, I'm pretty sure. But it's like that game when they were doing I loved it when they did the party for it. They had people signing up, and you can go up there, and there were some banging singers, like amazing singers on the stage, and I had no idea who they were. And when you would look, you'd never heard, and you want to walk up to them and say, that was a really great job. And I spent most of my time at that particular party. It was an amazing party. I ran into like a bunch of my friends that I didn't even think I was going to see, and I didn't even know they were at the con, and I just happened to see them. Oh my God. And so took a seat down and really just relaxed and had a good time, and all the alcohol was free. So I couldn't say no. So
that's it.
Thanks, Twitch.
Nice. Yeah, that one was good. I mean, I only stopped by for a little bit because I was constantly tired after all these things every day. That's like my motto for the convention was I could either eat, sleep, or die right now. It's just like my whole mood the whole time. I was either hungover from just lack of sleep, or like hungover from alcohol and lack of sleep, or like just dead. Just it's absolutely gonna be a t-shirt.
We're making a t-shirt.
Yeah, and the back is gonna say, "I ate, I slept, I still want to die."
TwitchCon 2019.
It's such a mood.
It was so rough, but like we got some rest in there. I think didn't you wait?
Friday night. No, I didn't get much rest on Thursday night. Friday night was also the main menu mixer and Tiltify. So the main menu usually does a mixer every convention with Tiltify and some other sponsors or charities, whatever. And it's always like a fun time for like, it's a lot of OG like Twitch partners and like Twitch community people. And it is kind of small as far as the other parties go, but it's great because it's a great time for us to all talk and hang out. It's one of the quieter parties, so the music's not like super loud and banging. It's more of a let's talk and hang out and like get to see each other and like converse. And that's always a really good time, and literally just bumping. You can walk through the party and be like, oh, hey, oh my God, I haven't seen you in forever. Take 2 steps, go to, bump into another person. It's like one of those. Like, it's just like everybody knows everybody. It's such a good... It's like a high school party, like, you know what I mean?
That's really, everybody's that's what there. It ends up becoming, isn't it? Like, when being part of this community, you end up having these connections that stick with you for so many years. You start meeting people for the first time again, And it's
You
like
see them
a
at
high
every
school
event.
reunion.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a high school reunion all over again.
How have you been? It's been a while. I haven't caught you. Because like once you're a full-time streamer, you don't really watch a lot of streams. It's just how it is.
Yeah,
so you don't catch up with how your friends are doing by watching their stuff, usually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, that one was fun. I stayed out late with that one, and I actually hung out with a couple people from just the community in general, but they're also like both mods here in my chat, Indiana and Sushi Monster. Couple of girls. We had a nice little girl dinner at Denny's. Actually, yeah.
So good.
And we were up so late, and I was definitely very exhausted and hungover for Saturday. But Saturday was a super busy day, but
that
also
was a
it
really
was such
busy day for you. Yeah.
it was such a weird day too. Like
it had a weird vibe to it the entire day, didn't it?
Yeah, the weather was like gloomy, and just overcast, and it was kind of dead at the convention. It wasn't like dead, but there was a lot less people there on Saturday than there was on Friday.
Yeah, it felt like.
I felt like maybe everybody was hungover or something and didn't show up.
Or they were all like in one particular section
in a weird
at one time,
mood,
and then they just kept like flowing in different ways. Yeah,
yeah.
No,
Everybody
was a really weird vibe.
It was a weird vibe. I wasn't feeling it for a good portion there. I was like, I just want to be happy and smile and say hi to people. But everybody, I was like, I feel like everybody hates me. But like, it's,
but
nobody hates
anything.
Yeah, it's not like that. It was just kind of like everybody was aloof, like aloof and just not there. Anyway, Saturday I got to stream some some Magic the Gathering. They gave me a bunch of gems to unlock open a bunch of packs and stuff. Played a few games on stage. That was pretty fun. And I still have a lot of gems left over. I'm so excited.
Oh, so you're gonna do some openings soon, huh?
I am. Yeah? I am gonna do that.
Nice.
But then all of Saturday too, I had a documentary crew following me around. I did an interview about women in gaming and stuff like that. It was a really fun interview. And they followed me around to that, and then also I had a meet and greet with Design by Humans again this year, and that went well. Everybody got to meet the pups. Ian was there too, so some people got to meet Ian.
Yeah, it was nice. I met a couple of viewers and stuff. It was really cool to like actually shake hands and get to know people for once. So it's we're just talking, we're just words on a screen, and now there's like a face to the name now. So that's good. I liked it. It was great.
Yeah, it was a good time. And then the rest of I did it too. And the rest of the convention just kind of walked around and saw people, walked around outside, There was
took it all in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have a chance to do it not too much on Friday. We did try to take in as much as we could. I think we woke up late on Friday, and in comparison, we got to do more looking on Saturday. Mm-hmm. So I got to do a lot of looking. So,
you know what else was on Friday that I forgot to mention? The opening ceremony.
Are you gonna holler at me right now?
I am.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
This will be the last time though.
Okay.
The last time I'm gonna harp on Ian about this.
And then we're done.
And then we're done. Okay. Because it was the opening ceremony, and I was in there watching, and I was like, Ian, where are you at? Are you coming in here? And he's like, I'm outside. And we're like, we're outside. We're going to come get you. We're going to come get you in here. And he like didn't text back for a little bit. And I'm like, Ian, where are you? We're trying to get you. So like we got him finally. And then we try to go back in, and then they won't let us back in.
They wouldn't let us back in.
Even though I had like the security and everything, they wouldn't let us back in. So we had to miss it. And we
watched a bit of it in the partner lounge.
We did. We walked up to the partner lounge instead. And that was a little nice area. That was just like kind of an area to go bump into people and stuff. The partner lounge area. They didn't, they had food every day, but there was like no vegan or healthy options really. There was like one or two. They did have coffee, and then the first day they kept running out of like any non-dairy creamer, so I was just drinking black coffee with sugar. That's hardcore. A mood too. That is a mood.
That's the way I usually take it, but
yeah. But yeah, that was okay. That was Friday, but Saturday that we got to walk around. Then there was the Twitch party at night.
That was
amazing.
Oh
my god, the Twitch party was so cool. They had the party there last time. It was in San Diego. They had it at Petco Park. They usually last time it just had Steve Aoki. And I think they had some other DJs leading up to. But this time they had the lineup. Holy shit.
Yeah. Like they started off with Y2K and Aura. Then they moved into Medeon, which Medeon,
yeah.
however you pronounce that. I absolutely love him. And I was at dinner, and one of my viewers was like there and said, "Hey, where are you?" Because we were going to hang out and like just chill and stuff like that. And they were like, "Where are you?" And I go, "I'm at dinner right now." And they're like, "Medeon just went on." I go, "Okay, I need to run." And so I was like, "Bye, everybody." I ate all my food. I like paid and stuff. And I was like, "Okay, let's go." And I ran to the thing, caught half the set. And most of the videos that I showed for it, like I was running it. I was gunning it for that show.
You're gunning it.
And I got to see it. Yeah. I got there.
Oh man, I just realized this whole time I'm there we go. I've got a slideshow of photos if you're actually watching the podcast live.
Oh, there you go.
That we have up here. Just going to be random ones of, some of them are people that I've met. Some of them are just random pictures of TwitchCon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Good.
there was also
YouTube. There you go.
Blink 182 is the headliner, like the main headliner. And Lil Nas X was supposed to play, but apparently he didn't even tell Twitch that he decided not to go. That he just tweeted it out, and that's how Twitch found out about it.
I'm tired and like I need to take a rest, which is understandable because the guy's been touring. The guy's made music videos.
He's been doing a lot of stuff. Yeah,
he's been doing a lot of stuff. He's done a lot of appearances. So let the dude rest. Yes, completely understandable. The show was put on by Columbia, from what we understand as well too. So they
Records.
And they brought in.
They shelled out the money to bring out somebody else. They brought out Logic. It was actually really funny because Logic was like on stage and it was like, "Yo, thanks for the fat ass paycheck."
I think they were all very like tongue in cheek about the whole entire experience.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? Blink 182.
Blink 182 was going off too with some stuff.
Yeah.
They were like,
"All
right, that's it." And they're like, "No, just kidding. We're contractually obligated to stay the rest of the time," and stuff. And, at one point they said something like "fuck Mixer."
Yeah,
which,
they were like, "Fuck Mixer."
Yeah, and some people,
everyone cheered.
Some people thought that Twitch paid them to say that. Of course, Twitch never would do that.
No,
that's literally just
doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's just Blink 182 being them.
Yeah. My favorite was "Welcome to Petco Park, where the Padres lose."
Yeah, where the Padres lose. Yeah, they were full of like little quips. It was great. It was a good time.
It was a wonderful show. I had a great time.
Yeah.
Great time.
I got to be part of like the little VIP lounge and stuff up there because I went to another Abrams dinner that night and we were sitting with like some of the Twitch staff and like they, walked us in because
that's cool.
Like, we're just talking about like things with our agency and like talent, whatever. And we walked in and then that was nice because then I didn't have to pay all that money for all those drinks. I just got free drinks.
I was on the field and I was having a good time. Like it was loud. There was a mosh pit. And I loved it too because like you got to see how the community reacts to how I guess normal concert goers would behave. So there was a mosh pit and everyone was really polite, even though like people are pushing on each other and like really getting their elbows out. But I was encouraging there was an older gentleman next to me. I was like, "Put your hands out and it'll be fine." He's like, "Oh, okay. And then when people would crowd surf, they wouldn't crowd surf in the right direction. When you crowd surf, you have to go up and to the side.
Oh yeah, they were going the wrong way.
They were going forward, so you'd get like a body bumping in the back of your head. So there was a couple times I'd have to help lift up a person. And I'm just like, guys, to the left, push her to the left. Like, and so we're trying to push this person down and they're not crowd surfing properly. They're just like, they just fell over, and I felt really bad, but they always got helped up. They always got reunited with their group and stuff. So everyone was really polite in like the crowd. No one was like, "Oh, can you see?" Like there was actually a couple questions like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Like you're kind of shorter than me. Do you want to stand in front of me?" There was a lot of people like that. And I go, "Wow, you guys are nice. Like people here are nice."
Not the regular crowd like of a concert. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because then just like, "I just want to see the band. I don't care about you."
Well,
like,
you know what? I think it's this like whole like, "Oh, they'll probably know my username and then they'll talk shit about me online if I'm mean to them at the at the concert."
They can see my tag because you were supposed to wear your
bring
badge
your badge to get in. Yeah.
I wore it around my belt so that way it wouldn't like bounce off if I was jumping up and down. But a lot of people had their badges. There were a couple of people that lost it. I saw on Twitter there were some people that lost their badges at the concert.
Oh man.
Yeah, and so it's like they couldn't get in on Sunday or something. Like I felt really bad. Like it was just like, oh no, like you lost it at the thing. And so that you could see the people wandering at the end. They were just like, where's my bag? I don't know where it is. It got kicked out of the way.
Somebody definitely stole it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Resold it. That's so shit.
Did you have anything after the Twitch party, or did we just like?
No, I tried to bring my agency, and a few of us like tried to go to a few different places, but they ended up being a bust, and it was just like,
yeah, call it there.
We actually tried to go to the OPG party, and OPG is another talent agency. Okay. And I'm with Abrams Artist Agency, and so that was like my agent, her assistant, and like another person from Abrams, and then me, and then Brittany Johnson and Harris and Fearless, and all of us were trying to go to this party, and they were like, all right, my agent, she's like, all right, Nat, you're up, because I know them, right? And I'm like, okay. So I go up to the door, and I was like, I know I'm not. I didn't actually get an RSVP or anything to this party, because like whatever. And I go up, and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm on the list, but I'm also here with more people, and I was wondering if I could get them in. I give them my name, but the person at the door knows me. Like both of them do, the people there,
right? And
they're like, you can go in, zombie, like it's fine.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I was like, yeah, but I have them with me, and I was just gonna see if they could come in, and like hands down, my agent, she's really awesome. I've known her for years, since before she worked for this agency. She represented me somewhere else. She's like, she likes to party. She's a cool chick, right? And so like, I would never ever in my life think of this, but they were like, they asked if we could go in, and then they got back a no. And they were like, yeah, we're at capacity, and no, and whatever. Anyways, the next day I get to see Omid from OPG, and I was like, hey, I just wanted to know what happened. Like they said I could come in, but then when I asked for everybody else, they said no. But then when they like bounced, and it was just gonna be me again, and they said no still, like they didn't ask you again. They were like, yeah, we weren't gonna let another agency come in to the thing. And he was like, because they could try to poach people. And I was like, that we were literally just trying to have drinks and party, but I get that, but like it felt so personal. And he was like, no, it wasn't personal. But I was just like, I don't know. It kind of sucked, because it's like we're all just hanging out, trying to have fun and like meet with other people and like hang out. But like I get it from a business standpoint, like they didn't want Abrams in there
and stuff. That makes sense, I guess.
Well, they're, a management agency, or like a management company, and Abrams is an agency. So they're like separate anyways. Agents and managers are different technically. Like they do different things. Some things are similar, but like anyway. Yeah, that was so I didn't do anything the rest of the night on Saturday. I mean, like I didn't go out anyways. Just like hung out with some people, not
Sunday
at a party.
Sunday rolled around.
I was so hungover and tired again. The theme of this whole thing. You didn't wake up.
I did not.
Yeah.
I did not. So I was completely out. I
wasn't even back in the hotel most of the night, but I came back, slept for a little bit in my bed, and then I had to go immediately to Apex Rivals, Twitch Rivals Apex.
In the morning.
I had to be there at 8, so I got up at 7 and got ready and went, and I was like, oh my God, I was exhausted the whole time, like just totally, like t-shirt and leggings and my hair in like fluffy buns, not cute. I was like, my whole plan for the day was like, I'm gonna totally go home in the middle of the day after the Twitch Rivals, and then I'm gonna go and get changed and then take a shower and come back. Didn't do it because it kept getting stopped, or like things kept coming up on Sunday. Meeting people. I had a meeting with somebody, all this other stuff, saying hi to other people, getting stopped, saying hi, and I was just like, I'm just gonna roll out like this, and then just screw it. But it was a good day. The vibe at the convention was a lot better on Sunday. Everybody seemed happy again. It was kind of like, it's almost over already vibe. Like, no, like I want to hang out more and see you guys more. And like, there was a lot more people there on Sunday than there was on Saturday.
We did run into like more friends that day as well too. That was nice.
Lot.
Did you win money at Apex?
Oh yeah, my my team, my partner. Yeah, I haven't gotten paid yet, so I don't remember yet. But my partner for the Twitch Rivals for Apex Legends was Nicotine, who I'd never met in real life before, and she was super cool and super sweet. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, you're actually like one of the reasons I really started getting into streaming because I had questions." Yeah, it was like so sweet. She was like, "I had questions about camera tech and stuff like that on Reddit, and she was like, you commented on my thing and gave me not just like a bullshit answer, but you gave me like a full detailed paragraph about this and that, about the questions I had." And I thought that was really nice that you took the time out of your day. And you didn't like some people would just like blow it off or whatever, but like she was like, you were a bigger streamer and you took your time to do that, and it was a real answer, and I really appreciate that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I was like, that's so nice. And I was like, I think I remember that because like I do like try to answer questions on Reddit a bunch, and I was just like, that's so crazy and small world, you know?
Yeah.
Like anyway, it was really cool. She was really nice. And then we got a random person assigned to us to join us for the game, and he ended up actually being really, really good. So
the carry.
He was the carry, and we totally got carried hard. I did get a few knockdowns throughout the whole thing, and then I did get one kill. So I feel like I did a little bit. I haven't even played Apex for months, right?
Yeah.
And like even before the last time I played, I hadn't played it much before then either. Like I play it like once or twice every couple months or something.
Was the new hero part of it too?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so. But
the update I think came afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. The new battle pass and all that. But so we got carried. The first game we took 16th. It was first game, okay? First game. Second game we took 8th. So that was good. And then the third game we took second.
Yeah.
We took second because he like camped till the end.
Yeah.
And we actually won like $4,500. I don't know how that gets split between the three of us, but yeah.
It was a good win. Good win.
Yeah, it's exciting. Yeah.
Good.
Like, oh, that makes up for the weekend a little bit, like all the money I spent.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fun. I want to do more Twitch rival stuff. It was a good time.
Yeah.
There was a secret lounge we hung out on Sundays too.
There was.
Yeah.
There was.
It's not something we're supposed to talk about, but people posted pictures about it all over Twitter and stuff. But there was like another lounge that's not the partner lounge. It was a secret lounge, and there was like so much going on in there. So I've been to VidCon a few times, and this last time I was a featured creator, so I got like access to everything. And all of the like influencer little lounges and stuff are like jam-packed full of like beautiful like set design, I would almost say. Like they have it all set up, and then they have like little activities or like little food stations or selfie stations, stuff like that. And inside this little VIP lounge or secret lounge. Oops. So the secret lounge, there was some stuff like that going on. There was food. They had vegan options in there, which was the main reason I went in there. Because otherwise I'd rather go hang out with everybody else.
Yeah,
and
they went to the point where they were like, "Are you sure you don't want something?" They offered you like food.
Yeah, I was like, "No, I'm okay." And they were like, "We need to make sure you're okay, though. If you're in here, you need to, you want to eat. You let us know." And I was like,
"Right, yeah.
Okay." That was really sweet of them, and they made sure to take care of me and get me a vegan option. It's really the only reason I went in there, and also like to talk to my, partner manager and stuff like that, and to like, just take a break from everything for a minute. But I would like.
It was the quietest place.
It was very quiet in there. There was a massage person and a chair in there too. Yeah. And that was so good. But then I was hurting so bad the next like couple days because she like beat the shit out of me.
She went full.
She was like, "Let me know if it's too hard." Yeah, I was like, "It's not too hard. You can go harder." And then she was like punching me. She was like, pop, 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 pop. And I was like, "Oh, this feels great now." And I forgot that it hurts so much later. Like you're sore. Anyway, that was a fun little area, nice little break from the day. And then I said goodbye to my Candace, my tough guy.
You're Candace. You're Candace.
I said goodbye to her. She was like, "You take it easy, okay? Be safe tonight, And I was like, "Oh, thanks for everything."
She was amazing.
Yeah, she was so great.
Candace.
Yeah, and then there was the Elgato party at night, which is jam-packed as well. And it's another end of convention kind of ritual where it's usually the same people, like the same old Twitch partners or like industry folks that have known each other for years. So it's definitely like another high school reunion. And that one was super fun. That one was a real good time.
Good.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
And you went to some other things throughout the weekend.
I went to the Creative Suite. It's a Twitch party that's like just by word of mouth. This year it was at the Hilton, and
but it wasn't official Twitch.
It was an official Twitch. It was just like put on by a lot of creative individuals that make things on the platform. So there's like a small little window that people can create. Like me, I'm a bartender and I make cocktails on my stream. Body painting for you. What else is there? There's a tattoo artist that was there. There was a big community of Lego builders that are on Twitch that I got to meet a bunch of them there as well too. It was a good time, and it ran the entire con. It ran the entire time, and I went there twice, and that's how I closed out my TwitchCon experience, was spending the entire evening over there. So that was a great time as well too. So got to meet a lot of cool people that did creative stuff.
Yeah, that's.
So,
I wish I could have stopped by, but there was just so much going on.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Quickly, before we're gonna move on to some questions you guys had for us on Twitter. Or if you guys have any questions, if you're watching live on Twitch, you can ask them in the chat. If you want to ask us something about TwitchCon, we'll pull some questions from chat as well. But a couple of things I wanted to talk about the floor of TwitchCon. There wasn't too many games. There was, just a few. It was a lot of like streamer related products. GoXLR had a booth again, and they were so busy the entire time.
Yeah, they really were.
Yeah, there was honestly so many of them. There was actually a lot of energy drink companies, and two of them I particularly don't care for.
Yeah, you don't.
And the funniest thing about them, one of them I'll refer to as lead fuel. It's not actually what it's called, but the drink has lead in it. They have a lawsuit because they have lead in their drink. A lot of people were calling them out for that. And I'm notoriously somebody who like called them out for it, and the CEO hates me because of it. But a lot of I didn't even say anything until I saw other people were doing it. And I was like, oh, if they're doing it, I can do it.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I don't want to stir trouble, but if everybody else is doing it, then it's okay for me. No, but people were going by their booth and walking by it and going like, hey, do you guys know that there's lead in this drink? Like,
just yelling it out.
I was seeing it on Instagram stories and stuff, and I was just like, whoa. I don't know that person, but I love them.
Yeah.
I was like, this is so great. I love it so much. And then there was the Bang booth, Bang Energy booth with their dancers. And I have to say, the first day I noticed a lot of people said this to me too, because it was like, hey, whoa. So I think Twitch was very specific with their rules and stuff this time, especially because they know that I was somebody who spoke up about how Bang broke the rules at E3. I don't mind, like, just to reiterate, for anybody who didn't catch this the first time around, when this happened on Twitter and stuff, but I spoke out because Bang Energy broke the rules of E3. I have no problem with women doing sexy jobs, being sexy, whatever, what have you. I have no issue with that whatsoever. I personally support local sex workers here in LA with a membership to a club I go to. I'm very open about that stuff. I'm very much like, body positivity. And it just, open and free, but like also in the right context. Like, you're not going to go to a church wearing full leather BDSM outfit, right? You're not going to do that. You're not going to.
There's a time and a place for it.
There's a time and a place for it, for reasons specifically. And because notoriously in the gaming community, we have a lot of incels or like antisocial people who don't know how to deal with that. Like, don't know how to deal with women, don't know how to talk to women, don't know how to treat women. Women are treated like garbage by a lot of these people just for existing. You don't even have to say, you don't have to be me, who's a very outspoken person. You could just be a girl and like get so much horrible, awful things. You could get roofied at a party apparently too, by some of these people. So the context is that at gaming conventions, they try to avoid overtly sexual advertising that's not relevant to the product. So if you have like a sexy character in your video game, totally allowed to have a sexy cosplay of that character. Makes sense because it's part of the game. They associate it with the character, blah, blah, blah. But like to have like dancers wearing like really revealing clothing, and basically doing like more than just dancing, but like literally putting their butt out there and just shaking it, twerking it in people's faces and stuff like that. That's a little bit more on the, hey, this is a gentleman's club kind of vibe.
It's a misrepresentation of the product.
Yeah, it's a misrepresentation of the. It's just not relevant at this specific type of event, a gaming convention. And that's why I called it out at E3. A lot of people tried to twist my words and say, oh, she's just jealous, or look at her, she dresses sexy other times, she's just a hypocrite, blah, blah. No. It's just not right in this context, and it was against the rules, and they broke the rules, which is why I spoke out. I have no problem elsewhere. But at TwitchCon, Bang actually, I saw, had their dancers wear pants the first day.
Yeah.
And I thought that was, I was like, whoa, that's a change.
They were quite modest.
Yeah.
Well, to an extent.
I mean, and the other day where I did see where they were wearing shorts, they were longer shorts than what they were wearing at E3. And I did see, I think I saw a couple like guy dancers that were wearing like shorts instead of pants too.
Yes.
So it was a little more equal across the board. But also, I didn't hang around the booth too much because I was just doing too much stuff. But when I did go around the booth, they were doing like dance routines and stuff. They weren't just like booty twerking at people's faces. But I did hear about
just get people's attention. They were doing like actual like, showmanship. So
yeah, which is like, fuck yeah, do it, like whatever, But I thought that was like, from what I saw, which was very limited, what I saw is that they took note on how to better represent their brand in the gaming industry, as to not break the rules, as to not like create this weird, uncomfortable environment, where these types of incel perverts are like staring, taking pictures of the girls' asses and stuff like that.
Yeah, really
like making everybody else around really uncomfortable. And I thought that was like, I guess, good on them for like following the rules and like taking note.
Some things up.
Yeah, like great. I'm still not gonna drink their product because it's not vegan, but that's it. I thought that was interesting.
One of the other interesting things I was just thinking about was they did a lot of changes to Twitch as a result of the announcement that they had at the opening ceremony that we kind of missed. But still, sorry. But they did change quite a bit. First thing that they did happen to change was the aesthetics to the entire website. So if you're watching this on Twitch right now, it is completely different looking. It is so different, and it's so cool.
It's not that different that it's foreign.
It's not different that it's foreign. Things are in the same arrangement. The fonts change. Things are more condensed. There are
cleaner.
Still
it's more clean, modern design.
Yeah,
it's really nice. There was a lot of backlash on Twitter, and I don't know why. Some people were like doing that meme where it's like, it's called, graphic design, like, and it's like bullshit word art and Comic Sans. And I'm like, what are you talking about? This is like the sleekest, most modern, beautiful design that I've ever seen Twitch have.
It looks so good. It really does look good. And it hasn't changed all too much in the 8-9 years that Twitch has been around.
Yeah.
And this is it's not a distinctively drastic change, but it is a very distinct change.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love it. I love what they did with it. So
I'm going to say I love it, especially because it matches my aesthetic perfectly now.
Yeah.
Like all my graphics, my hair, my whole thing match it perfectly now. So I just love it for my own selfish reasons, but I think it looks good otherwise.
Yeah. Another thing that they changed as well too is that we're going to be getting a loyalty system built into the actual platform, so we don't have to go to like third parties for it. So
like Revlobot used to be a chat loyalty
rest
point
in peace,
thing.
Revlobot.
I know, rest in peace. But
I was there for the end.
Me too. I've seen some of it, like the loyalty points in other people's channels. They're called spirals, the points. Right? I think you can change it. That might have just been their name for the loyalty points, but it seemed pretty cool. Like you could do things like use points to highlight your message in chat, which is silly because you can just tag, but I guess it highlights it differently. It highlights it for everybody, not just the streamer. And then there's different things like you can get like a sub perk or something like that, which is neat because in the past, these third party companies that did this, you couldn't actually do those kind of Twitch integrations. It would be like completely separate goals and like rewards and stuff. So this will be really interesting
outside of it. So it wouldn't be completely integrated to the benefits you got on Twitch. So this is nice in that sense that you could really pull all of that together instead of like saying, you have enough loyalty points, you can cash them into ask me a question, or I'll do 10 push-ups, or, like 20 squats or whatever. So now it's like, you can get a benefit from it. You get a discount in the merch store. You get a sub at discount, or I don't know, whatever they haven't integrated with it, because I wasn't sure what other possibilities they had with the loyalty points aside from it being completely integrated into the system. So that's still cool in itself, though, that they have something for the longer standing viewers, the people that are loyal to your community and your channel, that you could build a program based on that. So which is really neat.
I think one of the other changes was that affiliates can now receive ad revenue.
Yes.
So now you have the ability to run a mid roll, and I don't quote me on this, but I think it's something along the lines of you get to, if you roll a certain amount of mid rolls, then you have a longer time in the beginning before a pre-roll happens. Sometimes when you join a stream, a pre-roll ad just immediately starts, which kind of sucks because then they don't want to watch an ad. Somebody like clicks in, doesn't get to see, leaves immediately. So I think it's something to do with that, messing with that system where you don't get the pre-roll right away. They can watch, somebody can come in and watch the stream.
Yeah. I have Turbo. I don't have that, but that's what you have to go through. And so in terms of just having an ad, maybe for like the little BRB times that you have as a streamer, I need to take a little break. I need to go to the bathroom. I need to refill my water. You could run an ad while people are waiting and just let it roll. And it actually benefits us as a streamer, as long as you guys are willing to support in that small time frame that you have to watch, I don't know, an Apex ad or, League of Legends or something like that. So
yeah, I think it's time for some questions from the audience. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. We have a question here from Gamer Enchantment in chat. He says, the amount of energy drink companies at TwitchCon was insane. Is this because no other companies can afford to attend Twitch? Or is Twitch still having an identity issues with the convention? I don't know if Twitch is having identity issues with the convention. I feel like if anything, certain brands maybe have identity issues where they don't realize that Twitch is a good place for them to advertise.
I think it's also part of the culture to a certain extent. Like, people have that awkward sensibility that gamers are living off of just energy drinks, and it's not
Mountain Dew and Doritos, baby.
Yeah, that's not the truth of it. Like, I eat proper meals a day and drink water. That's not. I think that's a misconception, more or less. So that they'll sign up for these conventions, they'll throw the money for it, and they'll have their booth, but then the interest isn't where they thought percentage wise. Like, why are they not getting that much interest like for our drinks? Why are they not like seeing what we have to offer? And I think it's just because we don't necessarily do that all the time. Like, I don't drink energy drinks like compulsively, it's like, and you could advertise to me like all you want, but unless it gives me some sort of benefit aside from wakefulness and alertness, there has to be more to it. There was one company called Synapse. Synapse.
That was the only one that I think I'd be interested in regularly drinking.
Yeah, that one like actually sounded really, really nice. And
yeah,
we
for
tried
one, it's like,
it was like
more natural.
It's like a hyped up ginger ale, isn't it? Like, that's what it tasted like to me.
Well, it has L-theanine in it and another natural amino acid.
Yeah.
Or mineral or something. But all the things in it are natural, and it's like, it doesn't have caffeine in it.
Yeah, which is nice.
It doesn't have like aspartame or aspartame or whatever in it either. It's like actually just natural ingredients.
Or I know some weird stimulant like taurine or something.
Yeah, no, it's vegan, and that's why I was interested in it. I talked to the founders of the company, and they're vegan, and so they were like, hey, and they were explaining it, and they were saying that that their drink is one that it works better the more often you drink it, because one of the, oh my God, I wish I knew off the top of my head. I'm not sponsored by them or anything yet, just disclaimer, but it has some kind of natural ingredient in it that the more you drink it, it's kind of like cumulative. So it helps more the longer you drink it and the more often you drink it. But it doesn't have caffeine in it. It didn't make me feel jittery or anything like that. It does have L-theanine in it, which helps with focus and like anxiety and like jitters and stuff like that. So yeah, that was my thoughts on it. What did you think of it?
I thought it was delicious. It didn't necessarily, we were so tired that day when we were trying it, and so I didn't feel more focused.
I also had energetic. Coffee. We had coffee too.
We also had coffee. So we can't say personally in terms of chemical tests that it was as effective as it could have been, but I'm sure that, should we try some more and more controlled situations, not at a convention where we're slowly succumbing to con flu? It'd be better.
Anyway.
You are. I'm fine.
I hate you.
I know.
Listen to me. I'm so sick. Yeah. No, I think, I have to try it again. I'll have to try it again and see. We have another question in chat. It's relevant to this. That drink was called Synapse. That was at TwitchCon. We have a question here in chat from Natasha Raynette, who says, do you think that Twitch should do background checks on businesses that advertise there and do their due diligence so less companies like Pled Fuel doesn't get to advertise and draw more people to rep them? I would like to say I hope so. I think so, that's like a good idea, but honestly,
it's not.
They have a lot of money to buy that space, so like, what are they gonna do unless they're out there selling something completely illegal?
Yeah, Twitch doesn't necessarily.
Who are they to decide?
Yeah,
who it's legal, they can do it.
Yeah,
I will say something though, that company that is in question, Lead Fuel, they posted a picture on Twitter of a child, like a toddler, holding
drinking
one of their
it.
shakers and drinking the drink. This drink is essentially pre-workout, which children should not be drinking. Also, it contains higher amounts of lead, where there was a lawsuit in California, and lead is much more effective, like has negative side effects in children than it does in adults. So that's why it's like, if you're an adult and you want to drink it, that's fine. I drink alcohol sometimes. Sometimes I smoke weed. Those aren't the best things for me, but that's my vice. That's my choice. But to like advertise it to children is really bad. And I think that's where the whip should crack, hey, you can advertise this, but advertise it for the right audience. Don't advertise it to children at the convention under the age of whatever.
Yeah, that's not good. I didn't.
Who lets a toddler drink pre-workout? Aren't they full of energy anyways? Are you crazy?
Yeah. That's too much. Like that kid did not sleep that day. Yeah.
Like, Jesus
that kid did
Christ.
Not sleep.
Oh man, poor kid. You're gonna have stunted growth and brain damage from that lead.
Oh God.
That's what it happens in kids when they have accumulated much lead. It's like, anyway, moving on from that topic.
Forever.
Yeah.
Didn't we have a question from Twitter?
We have a few questions from Twitter. Let's do those. Oh, look, we got a nice alert for them too. Yeah. All right, we got a question from Kellamvor on Twitter. Said, what's the thing you're most interested with all the announcements from TwitchCon? I think I'm most interested for the loyalty points.
That's also what I had said as well too. That is like really exciting that you can reward within the platform your community for being longtime viewers. I'm hoping it's retroactive. Like it does something like what's your stream age, or how long have you been watching this person? Like hopefully there's some sort of statistic that can make retroactive, so that way you don't have to backlog and say, no, this person's a regular, this person's like VIP, this person is important to me. Like
we pretty much went over this already, but I agree. I used to use like Revlobot. I love it. I'm just really excited to see what we can do with it and come up with new things. So yeah,
it's a good feature.
Yeah, agreed. Next question we got was from Veronique on Twitter. The whole beer drugging situation, the state of Latinos in streaming. We kind of addressed the beer drugging situation. It wasn't the beer that was drugged. It was different parties that the drugging happened. And we would just say, like, I would say just to be more careful. I know a lot of people that go to these conventions don't have the experience going out that often to like events like this. I used to work at a music venue for a long time and bartend a long time. Ian has bartended a long time.
Yeah.
Never leave your drink. Never get a drink from a stranger. Always try to watch them make your drink. And if you're going to hold your cup around and you're maybe not going to like be looking at it all times, put your hand over your cup at the top of the cup and hold it
with your hand over the top.
Yeah. If you're holding a beer, put your thumb in the beer. Make sure your hands are clean. Wash your fucking hands. Maybe less people will get sick from TwitchCon too, you motherfuckers. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
We're going to have to mark this episode as explicit for sure.
Yeah. I'm fine.
Yeah. And then as far as the state of Latinos in streaming, I'm really not sure what this question is about. I mean, I've been on Twitch 7.5 years. There's been Latinos the whole time. I don't think that it's an underrepresented group or anything. I think that maybe people just aren't as vocal. Like, I'm pretty vocal, like, oh, I'm Cuban, but people don't necessarily.
There was actually a panel.
Yeah, there's been panels before too. It's not the only one. I don't really know what this question is about. I'm like, it exists. there's Latinos in the community, and there has been for a long time. I don't think we deal as, as far as an ethnicity group, I don't think we deal with as much crap as, like, say, the African American community. There's, like, a lot of racist bullshit around all the time, and that sucks. And I think a lot of Latinos, are, like, white passing, so, like, the insult trolls online often don't say anything to us. But, I've gotten called Oompa Loompa before, or, like, fake bake, or, like, leather skin, where it's like, really? Really? Is it maybe just that I'm not white and I'm like Latina and I have like browner skin than you? Like, I don't know.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, there was there have been panels before, but the panel that we had this year at TwitchCon, I mean, if this is going to be like this question's related to the topic at hand, there was a Spanish only panel where they had Spanish streamers there, and it was completely in Spanish from what I understand. And the viewers were there that spoke Spanish. The streamers were there that spoke Spanish. Because it is California, and there's very much a Spanish like influence on the entirety of the state. So definitely there was that community there. So there was very much a presence. Asian. Yeah, it was a presence there. So definitely it was represented. It was represented. So
there's always been representation. I think there's been a lot of representation around. I just think that it's a lot of times I don't see the separation. Like, people might not look at me and think I'm Latina, but I am. Yeah. Because I don't put myself in a box. Like, I'm a Latina streamer. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just a streamer, Yeah. I think it's like, we don't need to, I don't need to define it like that for myself, but, I guess that's, I don't know what the question really is, but I hope that answers it.
Any other questions from Twitter?
We have one more question from Twitter, and I think this is going to be it for us. How much do you think Twitch has changed the face of streaming for a streamer that does it for a hobby compared to streamers who want to make a living? Does Twitch make an impact on the hobby streamers more than the full-timers? I think Twitch makes a lot of changes and products for the hobby streamers. Affiliates. Those were that was literally something they created for hobby streamers. And some people might hate me for saying that or be like, I can make a living off of it, but like, should you be quitting your job if you're only at affiliate status? No. You need to make sure it's not a stable industry just yet. And that's what I mean by it.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Please don't do that.
Don't do that. Just be careful, But I think they make a lot of products for hobby streamers. They have the new streaming software coming out, and I can guarantee you, from what I've heard and seen of it, it's not for somebody who streams like me, who has like a ton of moving parts and graphics and like overlays and like quick scene changes and things like that, and multi-camera. Like, that's not the product for me. I would use something like OBS Studio, but the Twitch, it's basically going to be, from what I heard, something like lighter, like Lightstream, or perhaps like another, I don't even remember the old one. What's the other one that Twitch recommended on their like dashboard? It was like XSplit, OBS, XSplit, or something.
OBS. There was a lighter one. I forgot what it was called though. It's evading me right now.
Yeah. Anyway, it's going to be a lighter program from what I heard. It's not. Yeah. So that's definitely something for more of a hobby streamer, something more ease of use, stuff like that.
They are definitely giving people the opportunity to grow their channels and have the potentiality for building it into something that you could call professional, that you can call your own, that you could eventually quit your job. Do not quit your job, though.
Don't quit it. I'm about to get a day job myself, actually, and I've been a partner for 6 years.
Yeah, there's a threshold. There's a threshold. And please
just kidding.
Respect the threshold of your standard of living.
It's for you to be safe. Don't struggle if you don't have to. Let me tell you.
Yeah, it's not about the art. It's about your livelihood here. You got one life to live. Don't throw it all away for playing video games professionally. Don't do that yet.
Don't do it yet.
Get to that point.
Make sure. They gave you a path. There's like a whole path of things that you can check off to become a partner too.
Yes.
So
it's the partner
they make a lot of products for hobby streamers. They also do make a lot of products for streamers that are already doing it full time or are more seriously streaming, like more regularly, maybe not full time, but I think that Twitch, I've been around since long before Amazon bought them, and I've seen a lot of changes, and I've seen some bad changes, and I've seen a lot of good changes, and I think the good definitely outweighs the bad. I think one of their biggest downfalls is the whole legalese of everything, like of TOS and stuff. And I know why some of the decisions they make are the way they are. And I get it. Sometimes I think it's fair. Sometimes I think it's totally unfair. And I think, somebody should have gotten in trouble or somebody shouldn't have gotten in trouble. But they have to walk a fine line when it comes to these legal things, because they're a huge company. They're owned by Amazon, and they cannot mess up,
Yeah.
And to us, it may seem like they're messing up, but legally they're doing what's right legally for them.
Yeah.
And that's what, it's not very clear and transparent to us, because it can't be, unfortunately. Or else we'd have people like skirting the rules because they, like all the time.
We have this thin veil of using the platform and understanding the platform, but not understanding all of the things that happen in the background. And it's a saving grace for us, because we are utilizing something that is absolutely incredible for connecting people together. But there are a lot of legal stipulations, a lot of like things that are happening that it's probably better we don't have to sit there and like try to figure out all the side skirting and stuff. So yeah,
like people think that I should have been banned multiple times, probably for body painting, stuff like that. And I've never broken the rules. I've never gotten so much as a warning my 7.5 years. And it's not because I'm friends with any staff, because they'll tell me stuff like, hey, Nat, you need to fucking buck up and get your numbers up, or else you're gonna not be able to get a meet and greet or whatever. Like, not really, but like, like they'll be like, here's what you need to do. You need to stream more often. You need to be more regular, Natalie. You need to, you suck at this or not. That's not so meanly. I'm just saying that to myself because I need to pep myself up. But, they'll tell me like real stuff. Like if I ask them advice, like my partner manager at the time, whoever it is, I'll be like, hey, and they'll tell me, this is why you didn't maybe get picked for this, because you need to try and stream more often. You need to try to get your numbers up, blah, blah, blah. I'm not like a favorite, and I've been around for almost 8 years, right? Like I don't get favoritism or anything like that. I'm not, if I do something wrong, I'm going to get banned. You know what I mean? But I just don't do anything wrong. And people just don't understand that having, boobs doesn't mean you get banned, right?
Yeah.
And then at other times, doing something may seem really wrong. And it may seem like they should have been banned for it. But really, there's a weird gray area of something that you can't see and that can't legally be defined as this bad thing. And so they just legally can't ban them, even though they want to. You know what I mean? I'm not referencing a very specific situation, but I'm being very vague about it.
Good.
So, anyway. Yeah. Anyway, so that's my feeling on that question. I think that's it, unless you had anything else to say about, what else do you wrap it up, Ian? What else do you have to say?
I had a great con. Honestly, like of all the conventions I've ever gone to, and most of the time that the conventions that I go to, because being from Florida, we have a lot of geek conventions here, MegaCon in particular, and I've constantly gone to that over the course of like a decade and a half. And all the conventions that I've been to, either on the West Coast or the East Coast, have been dwarfed now because of this, and it's mostly because of the community. That's what it was that even though you're meeting people with like-minded attitudes at other conventions, this one you're actually meeting people that I personally think are like my internet family. Like I met a lot of people that are like good friends. I've met a lot of people that I've grown with on this platform, and I was so happy to meet every single one of them. That's what I came away from with this experience, and I had such a great time. I really did.
Me too. I really, honestly, I had some of the best like hangs with anybody this entire convention. I really liked meeting everybody. I really liked just seeing the vibe year after year. And after me personally, I go through a lot of stuff because I'm very vocal. I stand up for things, and I get a lot of onslaught of trolls and things like that over the years. And it's so nice to be reminded in real life every single time I see all these people. They're always like, man, I really love what you stand for. It feels so good to hear that. I wish they would say it more online to remind me when I'm all alone here. Because, we all go back to our homes and we stay in our little caves. But, everybody, a lot of people come up to me and say, like, I really love what you stand up for. I really love, what you do, and I love your content. I love your community. The community that you have is so sweet and so kind and generous and just thoughtful and just amazing. And I really loved getting to meet a lot of you guys that watch me on Twitch or, obviously listen to the podcast. I had people come up and say that they listen to the podcast too. So hi, all y'all.
That was really nice to hear as well too. I heard from a lot of people as well, and it was nice to know that this is getting out there, and to hear it in person is a lot more than just like on social media. But by all means, definitely hit us up if you are listening to the podcast. Let us know that you guys do happen to like this. We'll keep doing it because we want to keep doing this. This is an amazing opportunity for us, so it's great. It's fun. I love it.
I'm gonna be at every TwitchCon. Don't you worry about it. But
oh yeah.
We've gone on so long. This was supposed to be a shorter episode.
Oh, well.
This was a longer episode.
Well.
But anyways, thank you guys so much for listening. Hold on. We got some stuff to shout out here. We have our socials that you guys can follow us on. Oh, that's not it. That's definitely not it. So first we've got, here, I'll just go ahead and do my socials. I'm the ZombiUnicorn with No E and Zombie on everything. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok as well. And ZombiUnicorn with No E on Twitch as well. And you can find me there everywhere. I'm trying to stream at least every day for at least an hour, or if not, every other day for at least a couple hours. And we got Ian.
Yep.
Want to do yours?
I'm IanMMori on Instagram and Twitter. I will be changing my Twitch username to IanMMori very soon, so follow me on that. By the time you listen to this podcast, it'll probably be changed by then. I'm also IanMMori on TikTok as well too. If you want to come and say hi, I will eventually start putting more stuff on there because I haven't, and I will because it's fun. I love TikTok.
Yeah, and you can follow the podcast on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at 0 notifications. That's the number 0 and the word notifications. And we put out podcasts all the time. We're trying to do at least every other week, hopefully more often. And we do cover all kinds of topics like news and follower mode, where we talk about different artists and upcoming content and projects and things. And we also do dating diaries, which I think is the favorite. I think our podcast is going to become dating diaries from now on.
That's fine. It's all right. We're going to have a lot of adventures in that sort of arena. So, yeah.
But after the podcast is live, you can always watch or listen to the podcast early before it gets released publicly on our Patreon. And we do have some lovely patrons we'd like to thank here. We have Italian Girl, 25C, ASDFGHJ, Kyle, we've got Kaulkarth, and Justin F. Thank you guys so much for becoming patrons. There's 2 different tiers we have. You can do $2 to just get early access to all the podcasts. And then also we have a $5 tier, which means early access to the podcast plus bonus content. And now that bonus content includes us adding you to our close friends on Instagram, on our Instagram page. And we're going to start posting to it, trading off between us on our Instagram story,
saying hi to you in weird ways.
I mean, goofy stuff. If you guys watch my Instagram, you probably know there's a bunch of goofy stuff that goes on. So
it's going to be silly.
Yeah, please consider it. It's patreon.com/ZombiUnicorn, No E and Zombie. And we really appreciate it. It helps us keep the podcast running, upgrade our equipment. And thank you guys so much for everything, for hanging out with us, for listening to us. Remember to always be kind to animals.
And people sometimes too. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. All right. And until next year's TwitchCon,
we'll be there.
Post-con depression setting in 5, 4, 3.
I'm sad already.
2, 1. Bye.